Hi, welcome to the jewelry program at Marshfield High School. Today you're going to learn about sawing. You're going to learn how to do straight lines, curved lines, zigzag lines, and then if you have enough time at the end, you might be able to do some more advanced sawing techniques. The first thing I want to talk to you about is where to find your tools for sawing. So you're going to notice that there are bins, and each bin has tools in them that you need. So everything you need for this project is in this bin. In this bin, you will find saw frames, okay? The thing to know about saw frames is that some of them have deeper depths than others. It really doesn't matter which one you use for this project. Just make sure that everyone at your table has a saw frame of their own. So you can see this one has a very shallow frame, and this one has a much deeper frame. So you'll need your saw frame. You will also need a bench pin. Bench pins can look very different from one another, but they all do the same job. So it really doesn't matter right now what your bench pin looks like. You will also need a saw blade. You can find saw blades in this container. It'll be sitting over by my desk. The saw blades, to get one out, open up the container so it looks like a mouth opening up, dump it out. You'll get some that come out and just grab one. Please only take one saw blade. Don't take a handful of them. If you need to get another one later, you can come back for more. The thing to know about saw blades is that they're very flexible. See how I can bend it? It might be kind of hard for you to see, okay? And they're very small, very thin. Okay, at your station, at your table, there will be a bench pin holder. If you have a bench pin holder that does not have a screw in it, you're going to need to use a C-clamp. C-clamps are also in your blue bin. If you need a C-clamp, what you do is set your bench pin on top of your bench pin holder, take your C-clamp and screw it on. My station has a screw in the bench pin holder, so I don't need to use a C-clamp today. All I need to do is take my bench pin, put it in my bench pin holder, and tighten the screw. Now we're going to talk about the proper way to put your saw blade into your saw frame. Now it's really important that you look closely at your saw blade and you notice the teeth of the saw blade, and you want them pointing down towards the handle and out away from the frame. Then what you want to do is open up the two steel plates here in your bottom of your saw frame and put your saw blade in the bottom and tighten the screw. And then it's very important that you push and put pressure forward and then tighten the other side of the saw frame. You'll know that you have it in there correctly if you pluck it from the side like a guitar string and it makes a noise. A good high-pitched ping is what you're looking for. If you hear something like this, a thud, that's not what you want. Before we can talk about sawing, what we first need to talk about is our correct posture. So if you're right-handed, you want to make sure that your right shoulder is lined up with the bench pin. If you're left-handed, your left shoulder will be lined up with the bench pin. We don't want to think about sitting on top of the table like we'd be eating dinner. We want to think about using this space here. So this is our actual workspaces beyond the table. What I want you to do before you begin is please get your saw frame ready, get your saw blade inserted, get your metal from your teacher, do all of that, pause the video, and then come back and watch the rest. Okay, to begin sawing, I'm going to put my metal on my bench pin. I'm going to use the V. I'm going to put my metal up higher so that it has the most amount of wood underneath it. But remember, my sawing area is inside the slotted bench pin. I'm going to hold my metal, and the safety thing is to always know where all of your fingers are. You want to make sure they're above the bench pin, not underneath where you can't see them. To get started, you're going to pull down and make a little slash. Notice that I'm sawing vertically, not horizontally. I'm not cutting a loaf of bread or slicing cheese. I'm going to start sawing straight up and down, and I'm going to follow my line and try to stay on the line the best that I can. I want you to stay on the line, and when you get to the end, I want you to stop. Okay, I've gotten to the end of my line. So now at this point, what I want to do is carefully saw backwards to release the saw frame from my metal. Now I'm ready to start my curve.